Hi, this is Nishant and you're watching me on Malkani.com. Horror Story is an extremely scary film, as it sounds. It's a very different kind of concept and it's Mr. Bhatt's own baby. It's one of those films which does not have a single song in it. It's an out and out roller coaster ride. It's a story of one night and a bunch of youngsters who go through hell when they decide to challenge a haunted entity in a haunted hotel. My character's name is Achint, and he's a middle class boy from Delhi, has come to Bombay to be an actor, has been struggling for a while, and his friends have all made it. He's the only one who's still, kind of sad about the fact that he's not yet achieved what he's wanted to. So, a very helpful person, a very good friend, always there for his people. And a good guy by heart. It's just a very different take on Hindi films. Usually a Hindi film without a song is unheard of. And whenever it comes to Mr. Vikram Bhatt's films, the first thing that people say, music acha hoga. So I've got that quite a lot, ki music acha hoga, and then I have to tell them, boss, there is no music in the film. It's just a pure film with no extra frills attached to it. It is absolutely a very fast-paced horror film. Like, in the entire film, there is not a single moment when you feel that, something has slowed down. It just keeps going up a notch every moment. And by the end of the film, you will be like really, you'll be catching your breath. You feel that adrenaline rush inside you. So it's a very scary film and a very different film. I got a call from Mr. Bhatt's office. First I thought somebody's kidding with me. But then I realized, no, it's the real deal. It was very nervous when I went to meet him the first day. He met me, he told me that he's heard about me, he's seen my television shows, and he told me about the cast of the film, who all he's planning to take. And he told me a one-liner about the story, which seemed very interesting because of the fact that he was so convinced about it, that when Mr. Bhatt is convinced about something, you really can't question it. And it was, of course, a very lucky thing for me to get my debut with him, because he's a very well-known producer. And a couple of meetings later, I signed the contract and I got the film. Quite a few people, because it's about a bunch of friends who all are very different kind of people. Some believers, some non-believers. So it's how, a certain section of those people who don't believe in all these things convince the believers to just come along and give it a try and all those things. It's about all different kind of characters and how they react to a life-threatening situation. And a life-threatening situation by something that you can't really control, by something that is beyond the physical laws of nature. It's actually, a very interesting fact that all these different people have different takes on how to survive that night. Some work, some don't. So you have to wait and you have to watch the film and understand why so many different kind of characters were put in the film. Of course, it made a lot of fun because we were so many people. Some of us knew each other for a long time before because we had the same television backgrounds. And it was just a complete roller coaster ride shooting because we shot for about 65 nights in a hotel which is actually considered to be haunted. It's in Bombay itself, and we had heard a lot of stories about that hotel. The first day was very scary because there is absolutely no electricity in the entire building, and it's a huge property. It's been shut for about 13 years now. People have heard some white colors just moving in the hallways. People have heard people screaming inside when there is absolutely nobody. So we were very scared, but just the fact that we were together, all of us, most of the time nobody would travel alone anywhere in the entire property. We would always keep some friends with us. After a point it became like home. Funny to say that haunted hotel, which is a very scary and dingy looking place, suddenly started feeling like home because we had already shot for many days there. So 65 days in that hotel, absolute fun. Karan, Kundra and I, we had a lot of scenes together. We are supposed to be really good friends in the film, and we really do a lot of stuff in the film which helps save some lives. I had a lot of scenes with him. We used to have a lot of fun. In fact, the building, the haunted hotel, is actually 6 floors in the entire property. We used to shoot on the 3rd. Nobody has been to the 5th and 6th floor in the entire unit, but it's It's our crazy minds which convinced us that one fine night we just took a torch, both of us, and we went to the sixth floor to explore. Now, it's pitch black. Like if there is no torch, you can't see a single thing. You can't see the person standing next to you. It's that dark and that huge. So, yeah, we had a lot of fun. I played a lot of pranks on people. I used to hide in the washrooms and just wait for one of the unit people to just enter, and I used to have so much fun. I used to just scare the hell out of them, and yeah, we had a lot of fun shooting for the film, completely, all of us together. Nothing as such has happened, but the first day that we went to the property to see that we are going to start shooting in this place from tomorrow, that was one of the creepiest days of my life, because it's actually very, very scary. It looks haunted. It's like that, you know. The film being shot there makes perfect justice, because you know, you don't have to do anything to the place. It is as it is. It is a completely dingy, dark hotel. There is no ventilation as such. There is no electricity, no lights coming in. Yeah, with that I remember there is one fine room. There's one room on the third floor which has been sealed forever. Even we shooting guys did not open it. And there is no electrical connections coming in from outside. But that one particular room has a red colored light blinking outside which says, "Do not disturb." It glows, it's red, and the door doesn't open. So yeah, that's one of the most freakiest thing I saw during the shoot of that film. Plans to return to TV? Not as of now, because 3 years ago when I quit television, it was with a purpose, with a name. Of course, every actor has his own journey, but I chose this way because I thought it's best for me not to do television anymore. And by God's grace, my debut is with Mr. Dutt. Next couple of films are again with very good banners. So inshallah, if all goes well, I should not have to return to television. I do, for just one basic reason. I respect television, that's very true. It's a very important part of our industry. The only reason I like films over television is that it gives me enough time to think about what I'm doing. You know? In a television show, because of helpless situations like telecast and all those things, you can't really decide that what you're doing is right or wrong. What you're doing is quality or just quantity. It becomes like a factory and mass production of episodes, which somewhere did not ever satisfy me. That's why I wanted to be into films, because it gives me enough time to understand my character, read the script, spend some quality time with the director to understand what he's expecting out of me. That's the only reason I prefer films over television. I like to do all kind of films. Like, I never thought a horror film would be my debut. I think nobody thinks that. But it doesn't matter even if it was a romantic film, a rom-com, or a thriller. Anything would have been fine. But now that I have done one horror film, my next two films, which are rom-coms, both of them, and the third one is a political thriller. So yeah, I have 3 different kind of films coming up in the next 1 year. So I'm pretty excited, and I'm open to any subject which is interesting enough, and which convinces me to the fact that this is something that I need to do, and I've never done this before. I like to try new stuff. My next film, it's called Single Chal Raha Hoon. It's by Mr. Sai Kabir, who is currently shooting Revolver Rani, Tigmanshu sir's film with Kangna Ranaut. That film is in fact almost finished. Just some basic last minute patch up work is left. All those things will be happening in the next 3 months. And then that film should be coming out around first quarter of 2014. It's about a Bhopali boy who's very innocent by heart. He comes to Bombay to find refuge with his mama, who's a struggling writer in the industry. He falls in love with the ultra cool Bombay chick, and the comedy that follows. It's about that. For my debut, all I ever thought of, I never decided whether I would start my career with a horror film or a romantic film or anything else. The only thing that I always wanted was that my debut film should be with a well-known producer, a good director, and a brand, a name that people associate with, a name that people, remember. So yeah, Mr. Bhatt, Vikram Bhatt, he is exactly that. And shooting for him and doing a film with him is an absolute learning experience, and I think it's really fortunate of me that I got this opportunity. The only thing which is something that we can't help is that no matter how good a film is, if the right people make it, they know how to release it. And it's very important for a film to release. I can make the best possible film, but if I don't know the right amount of people, if I don't have the position to release a film, it's absolutely pointless. All those people, all those hundreds of people who work on a film day and night for almost 2 months, and then post-production, it takes a lot of man hours and a lot of commitment to finish a film. After finishing the film, just the fact that it should release is a big achievement. And any name which can release a film and has a good script is something that any actor would be glad to be associated with.